Hello and welcome back to Gourmet Glenn's Country Kitchen. We're doing the Valentine special today for all you lovers out there. I've even got a bit of background music on from one of my favourite men, Mr. Barry White, to put you in the mood for love. So we're going to do chicken in a mushroom and tomato sauce. We're going to do some melon and Parma ham, and we're going to do an orange and chocolate boodle, which is just like cream, orange, ever so easy. So what I'm trying to do is ever so easy food. So if you're not really good at cooking, but you want to do a little lovely surprise for your other half on Saturday, hopefully this will be the one for you. So we're going to start with getting the chicken breast. The oven is on 180, so the oven is on. We must remember the oven goes on first, and then we're going to come over to the cooker. See if I can get this working. Okay, then so I'm going to put a bit of olive oil in there. If I get into song in a minute, I am sorry everybody. So, heat on, some chicken breasts, a bit of salt and pepper on the chicken breasts. Well, that come out a lot, didn't it? Always breast the best side down first. I've got a bowl there ready to put in the oven. So when the oven's on, I'm going to heat this up. In the meantime, what I've done ready, I've chopped some kale, some peppers, and grated some carrots, because we're going to do like a hot slaw with the chicken dish. Even though coleslaw doesn't have peppers in, does it? But I didn't want to put too much onions in it, because never mind, when you're into the mood for that later, the onion might be just a bit too much. So, best side down. There you go, really sizzling that is now. That's gone wrong. Let's put a higher one on. Put that in there. In the back there. Hello. We've got a wok. Bit of oil in the wok, that's for a little while. I'm just going to have that slightly on now. So there we go now, chicken's starting to go. So we're going to pan fry the chicken. We're going to turn it over after it's just cooked a little bit. You could rub some oxo cube on there if you like to, a bit of olive oil. Or just like I've done. Plain, basic, straightforward breast, salt and pepper, into the hot oil. And what we're after is just get a fork out of here. And that's what we're after. Like that, so it should go like that. And we're going to turn it over. And what I'm going to do, I'm doing all three courses together. So I'm doing it in the way that you might be able to do it if your loved one's just about to come home. You can surprise him or her. You never know, you might get a bonus at the end of the night, might you? I don't know if you can hear Barry in the background. Put a bit of romantic music on. The more love you can put in your food, the more love you're going to get back. Believe me, I can just feel it. This time here. See what we do, we cook. Put that. Put that over there a minute. I'm going to pop that into the oven for about 20 minutes. 20 minutes in the oven there. I'm not going to make the sauce. I don't know if I'm going to make the sauce now, or do the starter, or the pudding. I'll make the sauce now. So while you're standing over that side, what I'll do, if you remember, I don't know if you remember when we did the onions, you do a little. So the same pan, we've cooked the chicken in, we're going to dice some onion. No matter how long it takes you to do, if you want to prepare this beforehand to make life easy for yourself, do. So I'll get that. I'm just going to chop a bit of garlic. Oh cool. I think Barry's had a bit of a drink there. Not quite sure it's enough there, so we put a little bit more of the olive oil in there. I think what we'll do is slice some mushrooms. Just slice whatever you feel. If they're going to be bigger than mine, it doesn't matter about that. Put them into it as well. Do the chef flip. And what we're going to do is put some, this glass of rosé last night. So we're going to put some rosé in there now. Down, so we're going to try and reduce it by half now. So when we reduce it by half, then we're going to put some sieved tomatoes in there, passanda, I think they called it. So we're going to let that froth up a bit. In the meantime, I'm just going to chop a tomato. I want your partner to believe that you might have actually made a lovely fresh sauce for him or her when they've got back from work or they've been out shopping. I've left the skin and everything on. These are vine tomatoes. Instead of going to the farm shop this time, I've been to the greengrocers. And I don't know if you've been in the greengrocers lately, but the different things they've got in there is fantastic. Well worth a visit. We've got that chopped up. We're reducing the wine right down. Should we come back to that in a minute? What we're going to do is go starting the pudding. Okay. So we'll leave the tomatoes on the side. We've got some double cream. Double cream. Slightly whisk it. You need a bit of sponge. Might be a sponge you've got left over in the week if you've had a bit with your sandwiches. Or just pop down to the local supermarket. They'll have one going very cheap. So it does need a lot. Almost like that. So sorry, I think Barry's got stuck again. I'm going to dice. Really old-fashioned pudding. Been around for years, don't see it very often, but well worth a try. It's not really easy to do if you're not very good at doing puds. You put a bit of grated chocolate in there because you almost have a bit of chocolate on Valentine's. Chocolate in there, and an orange. We're after an orange. Now when you grate orange, if you like count to 3 each time, then try and use that one, and then you won't go down to the fifth. You're just going to get the orange right. So it's like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And if you could smell it now, it absolutely smells gorgeous. And this will set. You won't feel like it will at the time. It will set slightly because you don't want it too hard. And give it a bit of a tap. And then we want the juice of the orange as well. If you've got a juicer, just use a juicer. If you haven't, like me, just use a fork and squeeze. Oi, where's that go? That's a good shot. So squeeze all that orange out. And give it a bit of a stir. These bits out. Put that over there. Just put that in the bin. Got a couple of glasses. Glasses there. And we can, I think I'll spoon them in, I won't try and be clever. You've got some of the sponge. Oh, that's little and just coming in because he wants some of this. You can see we are very live when we do our recording in the country kitchen. We've got all the family around as always because we all have a bit of a nosh up afterwards. And that's all we're going to do is just literally, we'll use a bit more chocolate again. A bit there for me to eat in a minute. That's the pudding nearly finished. We'll come back to the pudding again in a little while. Right, you ready for the next bit now? Okay then, so we're back. Main course. Pudding's complete. In the fridge, waiting to show you afterwards when we're going to set the whole table up how it will be. So we've reduced the wine. The wine's reduced right down. So I'm just going to put the back one on a minute. Let's see, put it on there. So I'm going to put that back one on right down like that, on low. Well, slightly higher than that, to be perfectly honest with you. Now I've got some passata, so a nice bit of tomatoes. We're going to pour that tomato into our wine. And mushrooms. Now, if we had wanted to add tarragon to that tomato sauce, we would then end up with a chasseur. Chicken chasseur is quite one of my favourite dishes. It's nice and simple, straightforward. And we're going to bring that right up to the boil. At the same time, I've got some oil in a wok pan. I'm going to put remember we cut some peppers up earlier. Got some peppers. Got salt and pepper on there. Bit of salt on there. Ooh, a bit of pepper. So we're going to let that reduce a little bit. Fire that up a bit more, I think. So that's nicely coated. Our carrots in, our grated carrot. You do this all beforehand, make life a bit easy for you. Most of it you can have ready beforehand. Don't forget, make sure you get that music on while you're doing your cooking. Put some bit of passion, a bit of love into it. Oh God, I need to throw some on the floor because my dogs are being later to eat that, they love it. And we're going to put a spoonful of honey into this as well, only because I've got some. Don't matter if it's hard or the soft one, it'll all do what it needs to do. some of our kale in there. Kale is really, really good, with all sorts of good properties in it, there is. I'm going to get a little bit of water. A little bit of water into this. Not a lot, basically what we're going to try and do is just steam the veg slightly. And then we can do the same for that there. And obviously don't forget our chicken breast is cooking in the oven there, as you know, about 20 minutes. So I'm just going to put that fresh tomato in there. If you're vegetarian, you could just change the chicken for some pasta. You could do a nice pasta, make it as a nice pasta sauce. You can put some mixed herbs in there. So we're just going to do this for now. I've just got the Love Unlimited orchestra playing now while we're doing these finishing touches to our dish. I'm just going to put a lid over the top of that. Maybe not that one. I can't find the glass one. Got a glass one somewhere, so just put a lid on there, because what we've done, we've got the honey in there, a bit of salt and pepper, a bit of water, semi-steamer up, got the sauce at the back. Now, I suppose the best thing we can do is have a go at getting the starter ready. So we're going to go back over to the table, keep it all ticking over up here, lower it down, lighten that one up, tight as well. We're going to go to the starter. So I thought again, just to make it as easy as possible, got some Parma ham, it's a nicely sliced, already sliced Parma ham, and a bit of melon, and of course a strawberry. The strawberries kind of look like hearts, don't they? Cut into your melon. So you've got a moon. Just going to get rid of the pips. This is a Gallia melon, this is. I'm sure I've got that wrong. Now what we're going to try and do, if you're not very good at this, but what you need to do, we're going to try and peel it off the skin. Oh, there you go, berry stuck again. I think this makes it even more interesting. So we're going to take that horrible little sharp edge off. Put it over there. Now this is the most interesting bit. I think I've burned something. Now it's sorted out. Now we're going to cut the melon. So we've got the melon into like a little boat shape. Now if we go as close to the top as possible, but not right the way through, do so many slight incisions, slices through it. So when you got it, look like that. So if you lay that onto your plate, the other way round, be like a fan of melon, a couple of strawberries, and a couple of slices of your Parma ham. When you do it, do never flatten the ham down. Lift it so it looks like it's got a little bit of height to it. When you buy some of this, sometimes like today, this one I've got today, it's actually got sheets between. So a couple of slices of that, and I think that is a pretty good starter. Nice and simple, easy to do. Let's have a look at the chicken, see what's going on with the chicken. So there's our hot slaw there, cooking, put the honey in there and the water. Put that to the back, keep our lid on that. We're going to bring this one to the forward now. Got a little bit of water to burn out in that. Obviously you can work out for yourself when you've got your partner with you, unless you're going to do it for, you know, you could do it for four of you wanting a nice meal together. So we're going to try and reduce this down a little bit. In the meantime, I'm just going to go and get the chicken out and we can check the chicken on the stove there. Obviously what we don't want is any chicken with any juices flowing out, no pink juices at all, as we know we're going to be in a bit of trouble. And if you're not sure, the safest way of doing it would be to take one out. Now you can see we've got two sizes there, so we'll take the slightly bigger one out. And what we'll just do, just to make sure we're not going to poison ourselves on our lovely romantic night together, is we're going to slice it through that thick bit there. Let's have a look. Because obviously breasts also go very, very dry. That, as I say, is near on damn perfect. So what I'm going to do, slice that into 3 bits. Put it back. And slice our other one, because we know that's going to be fine. What we need to do is cut the oven. We need to cover that with foil and just leave it to set, leave it to rest on the side for a little while. I can't find the foil, so what we're going to do for now is just literally let it sit there for just a few minutes while we're reducing this sauce. I think what we might do is, shall we come back in a minute when we've set the table up, ready to show you what it's like? See you in a minute. Okay, so we've reduced down the tomato on our chicken. As you know, we sliced the chicken. So the chicken is sliced, we know it's fine, and I've coated it in our tomato sauce. Put the hot slaw on there. There's our Parma ham and melon. There's our, put some grated chocolate and a nice bit of orange on our orange and chocolate boodle. Glass of wine. It's up to you to enjoy your evening or your afternoon. Put some passion into your food. And I'll see you next time in Gourmet Glenn's Country Kitchen. But for me, a cup of tea and a slice of cake is what I'm going to have. And I'll see you next time. Happy Valentine's.